An edgy debate lord and a political commentator who emerged from the community of breadtubers has been sharing his disturbing views about child pornography.
In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal.
And the internet warriors are all silent about it. He is the next EDP445 that nobody knows about. Vaush, real name Ian Kochinski, is a left-wing YouTuber/streamer who's popular for his aggressive debates, edgy slang, and radicalized views on topics that have always been dealt with too academically on the internet. Kochinski first appeared on political content creator Destiny's streams, and after several appearances and massive encouragement from the community, he made his channel named Vaush. Seemingly, there were two main agendas behind making his content. Number one, he wanted to make the audience understand what left-wing people stand for and what their goals are. So, in order to spread radicalization online, he opted for the most convenient yet tricky way. He used internet slang to create loud, angry, and relatable content that was more appealing to the young audience. Number two, he aimed to differentiate himself from conventional political commentators whose majority of the audience is male. Through his everyday language and edgy content, he created an inclusive mixed community that now has more than 25% female, gay, and trans people. With time, Vaush succeeded in achieving both his goals, but what he has been saying in debates and streams is way different from what leftists are known for. And if it's not stopped now, I fear he might become the next EDP445, that die-hard NFL lover and hilarious YouTube guy we all became fans of in the late 2010s. Later on, EDP got involved in various controversies where he was accused of grooming underage girls and talking shit about them in DMs and online. He was arrested, had to change his identity, and now nobody knows where he is or what he's doing in life. But the real concern here is this guy, Vaush, and his edgy debates where he has shared some really disturbing and controversial views about children. One example is this.
It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well. That is possible. Okay?
Well, if you're a first-degree relative or working as a babysitter or carer, you can build a friendship bond with a child. But coming on the internet and saying that it's possible for adults to have sexual relationships with children with positive outcomes is an all-time low for anyone to even think about. Children should never be involved in any such relationship with an adult because they are simply way too young for that kind of situation. And such a thing would only have one outcome for the kid, and that is a lifetime of trauma. In another video, Vaush said,
Child zoophile, drawn stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal. Actual child pornography.
This 16-second clip is cut from one of his streams, and it rapidly caught the eyes of people. Some intellectual individuals who know that there's no need for legal or moral argument to make the possession of CP legal. One user, Sean, stated, "Don't know or care about Vaush, but the moral argument against it is it's a physical record of child rape. The legal argument is demand creates supply. You looking at rape children encourages more rape children. Wood chipper for all of them." Splish Splash said, "You've yet to hear? Listen, freak, you hear about it all the time, but you ignore it because you're a disgusting pedophile that doesn't listen to anyone that doesn't think like you." Say Less wrote, "Children should maintain their innocence. Children cannot give consent. Children do not just decide to make porn. Children don't buy cameras for that. If I ever saw you, you will need to defend yourself." It ain't even about legality at this point. If you even debate the topic of possessing CP, you are morally fucked and you genuinely need to be monitored. The state needs to execute any and all people that think this way. They think it's okay. They think it's the new norm and they're trying to make it that way. Don't mess with children. Simple as that. It's ironic that the creepy commie doesn't see anything negative in those pornographic books in schools. This was not the only clip that needs attention. There are a few more disturbing clips that made it to the surface and need to be addressed.
I don't even think that owning child pornography is moral. Because I also...
What if CP is free? If you're not paying for child pornography, then there is no argument in favor of morally condemning people who get it. We've all jerked at the lolly at some point or another. We've all... Well, you don't have a... We have all... We have at some point in our lives been going fucking crazy on some hentai site, and we've been fucking stroking as hard and fast as we can, and then after we nut, we go back and look over our history chat, and we go like, oh jeez. Oh boy. Some of these girls looked pretty young. Okay, I don't give a fuck, alright?
I would not say that it is unethical for a person to purchase child pornography or purchase blood diamond.
Vaush has not only been speaking shit about CP, he also has some alarming views regarding pedophilia.
Do you think it's immoral to be a pedophile, and it's only immoral if you rape? What? No, being a pedophile is morally neutral. Isn't that just some shit you're born with? It's pretty fucked. It's hella immoral to rape, though. That's not good.
He has also made jokes about exploring child sexuality and stuff. At Dinsley, I seem to have provoked a defensive reaction in you. Pedobear. There's a difference between exploring child sexuality and sexualizing children. At LMA Orange, talking to me, I can't watch it because I think it's disgusting. Okay, what fucking culture explores child sexuality? Ooh, this looks good. Okay, we're on child porn now, that's cool. At Vaush, show us your CP collection. I bet Irish laddie loves CP. At buys Magatama with Maka, okay, I'm posting it now. Once he even asked this in his Discord community. Do you guys ever wonder if anyone here has ever fucked a minor while being an adult? At Vaush, I fucked an adult as a minor. At I Enjoy Waffles, unironically hot. Twitter users shared their thoughts on these screenshots of his questionable jokes. Even if Vaush was joking about some of these messages, it's something that you shouldn't joke about. Child exploitation is never funny. It's a real-world issue and we should do everything we can to fight it. The fact that he's talking about it in such a casual way is so fucked. I hope that Vaush gets the help that he needs for his obvious paraphilia. He and his fanbase are such a cesspool. 2 months ago, all these clips and screenshots got uploaded on Twitter, got some attention. People showed their concerns and put out their valuable opinions, but if you go 2 years back, then you would find a video of Vaush where he explains the absurd context of that moral argument and CP clip. Here's the complete argument he was trying to make.
No, I'm saying that it is interesting to me, and this was the context of the original argument, that people understand why CP is bad, but then they don't seem to care about the implications of relying on commodities which are made unethically. To me, they're comparable arguments. My logic is that in a good world, all of it would be illegal. We're happy right now that CP is illegal because we've knocked that one out of the park. Congrats, we solved that moral issue. But we don't seem to have solved another one, which is, why is it that we're just allowed to buy stuff from corporations that use slave labor? Why are those corporations allowed to sell in the US? That's very strange to me. So that was the argument that I was making originally.
Okay, well...
In my opinion, this is the perfect explanation one can give to let people know that any context or explanation can never make the said things acceptable. It goes something like this. This is a strange and dumb take. This is essentially saying that people who consume meat, use medicine, or other necessities are the same as people who consume CP on some philosophical level, when that just isn't the case. There's a vast difference between making a profit on entertainment and necessities. It's important to make sure the things you consume were obtained humanely, but it isn't just the same. There's no tangible reason as to why someone would need to consume CP when the only thing to gain from it is some form of twisted pleasure without regard to who it harms. It would be similar to saying anyone who seeks healthcare supports the Holocaust, the Tuskegee experiment, the sterilization of Latina women, animal cruelty, etc. The Vaush clips were also viral on Reddit, and subreddit communities, some of them are anti-Vaush and others are in favor of him. In one post, a user stated how few of these clips are taken out of context. They stated, him quoting a lollicon's defense of exploring children's sexuality being screenshotted to look like he was the one actually saying it, and that, even then, the argument they're trying to make it seem like he's making is actually 100% true. It's just that the lollicon was using it to defend lolly porn. Literally just cutting him off before he finished to this point. I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal. Being a cutoff argument about child labor, that doesn't also apply to child labor, apparently being the full sentence. Out of context argument he was making for the age of consent, saying there is a possibility a child can have sex with an adult, not only come out of it unharmed, but it even being beneficial, but that doesn't matter because the vast majority of cases it causes harm. It is possible that some of the things posted on Twitter and Reddit are out of context, but saying horrible things about CP, child sexuality, and making zoophile jokes are not okay. Things need to be taken into consideration before somebody is found in a disturbing state where nothing can be done. This was my week's worth of research on Vaush. I'm not accusing him of anything. I just did my part in digging up this rabbit hole and letting people know what's going on over the internet.